Just moving.
Comfortable. Hey, bitch.
I relate to being a sassy bitch.
I am answering a question.
Sorry.
Oh, kinky. Come on, keep talking dirty.
Give it up for Erica Henningsen, Amir Talai, and Blake Roman. Look at all that candy you're wearing on your wrist.
Oh,
Erica
candy.
too.
Yeah, I know.
What does your candy
I'm the
symbolize?
Hell versus Taylor Swift. What have I got? These are, people come and give us them, and I feel like we've all amassed, what, like over 100 at least at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I trade a lot.
Oh, you do?
With who?
Do you do the plur?
Yes,
You do?
You mean
that's
the
like
peace,
and
love,
like love.
unity? Wait, we're doing
And then you exchange.
What
and
does
you
that- what is
exchange
that?
a band.
What?
What?
Yeah, and that's how you trade
you've never done
bands.
that?
What is that?
I do that all the time.
You've never done it to us.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no. Teach me and Amir how
Sorry,
to do
we're going
it.
to take like a half hour
Wait,
of
wait.
this panel just to...
Amir, let's do it. Just teach. Okay, give us a
Okay,
second.
so
We're learning new things here.
Go peace.
That's our
Yes.
faces.
Love,
Wait.
Love.
unity.
Oh my God.
Now, and then they kiss at the end, right?
With tongue.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always just trying to get them to make out.
Bingo.
I give you jambalaya.
Jump.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a jambalaya bracelet. Come on. Come on.
Hi.
Hey.
I love it.
We're children, just in case you guys didn't know that.
Do you ever wake up and go, today I get to be a spy, you know? Or do you ever feel that way?
We do play pretend. That is like our job. It's the most fun. When we go into voice booths, we're also like playing pretend for everybody else because we don't really know what they're doing. So you're kind of playing pretend for your character and figuring out your character choices, but then you're also thinking like, I think season 2 was so much more fun to record because we knew one another better. So I could kind of guess like, oh, I bet fucking Amir's gonna say this line like this. And I bet it's gonna be really funny. And then I would say my line. Yeah. And that's how voice acting works.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Well, that's the thing. Like, we get a lot of people that come up to our tables and ask, like, hey, I'm an aspiring actor. Is there any advice you have for me? And the one thing I feel like ubiquitously, like across the board, that we all say is like
Big
improv.
word.
Like,
Big word.
yeah.
our
So what
Blake.
what do you know about ubiquitous? But we say like do improv, which is really just like what are your circumstances, and then like if you know the context of the situation or the character, like just fucking go. Yes, and yourself, and that is something that I feel like we get the opportunity to do a lot in the booth, because they want at least 3 different takes of each line, and so typically the first take is like, okay, let me try to stick by the book, stay in the interpretation of like a true, authentic interpretation of the character, and then the B and the C take is like, cool, let me try to just make it my own. Let me maybe paraphrase a little, or maybe like different cadence or affectation. Different things, choices.
I do one take, and that's all they get.
One and done.
Deal with it.
Superb. What's the difference between doing Broadway and then being in an isolated booth?
Ooh,
Erica.
yes. For me. I mean, I think the main thing. Let me really settle in here for this one.
I just feel like the three. I feel like the three of us. I feel like the three of us are just. I feel like it's this amoeba of movement on this couch.
Couch is so deep. It does not feel like
we can't just moving.
comfortable. Okay, so
I think I'm gonna
try my best.
the difference between Broadway and voice acting is that what ends up happening is
Only at FAN EXPO.
we're gonna answer
swimming?
the question. That thing you just saw of us like frolicking over one another's bodies
braiding her hair?
is very. I am answering a question.
Sorry.
The difference in theater rehearsals, shit like that happens all the time. We record by ourselves. We don't get the dynamic of like cast stuff, which is why we love coming to these cons. Obviously, give it up for the cons. We love getting to meet you all, but we really love doing weird shit like this together too. So I would say that's the main thing. And also, Broadway, it doesn't change. So like once the show is set, you're playing that character 8 times a week. My favorite thing about playing Charlie is like I think she's gonna change a lot. I mean, I hope so. And that I will get to be challenged as an actor, a voice actor, a vocalist, figuring out like how does she grow and develop as a human being. Whereas in theater, it's kind of like after a certain point, sometimes it feels like I've discovered everything I possibly can about this.
What you're always trying to find in acting is a sense of spontaneity, you know? And theater, a big challenge is, since you have such an enormous rehearsal period, and then you do the same thing over and over again every night, a big challenge is finding that spontaneity. That's where something with like Hazbin Hotel or TV and film, I feel is like so easily accessible because we're getting the scripts 2 nights before sometimes, and we're like, oh my fucking God, that happened? Like, and so that's still, you know, firing in our minds, and so it's just easy to have that spontaneity in that regard. So, you know, I mean, obviously there's give and takes for both that make one harder than the other or one easier than the other, but that's a big difference for me.
What is a character trait from Hazbin that you relate to the most of your character?
I relate to being a sassy bitch.
I see it in you. Slay.
He's not joking. For me, I think, you know, when Angel decides that he is friends with somebody and decides to care about somebody, he's all in, you know, and he'll do whatever he needs to do in order to protect them. And I feel very similar when I make friends. Like, there's a definite switch in my mind where I'm like, you're a real one. And you got me. You know what I mean? Like,
That's us, right?
And I'm literally, I was just about to say,
That's
I
us.
mean, that's how I feel about these folks.
Just that leading with positivity is like always the better choice. Like I'm not always a sunshine and rainbows person. Like everybody has bad days and fears and anxieties, but I like stand in like strong defense of Charlie as her voice actor, where I think it can be easy to like undermine a person who is positive or undermine a person who is like, seems happy-go-lucky, but I think it's such a choice to do that. And if you are a person who identifies that and you get underestimated, keep choosing joy and happiness, because I do think we need more of that in this world. And I think it is really a big superpower that you have to choose that in spite of how chaotic and stressful the world may seem these days. So that's what I have in common.
That's a great answer. That's great. Yeah. And she's out. Say goodbye to Erica. No.
See ya.
Now that like season 2 is recorded, which is your favorite season?
You know, I don't know if I can answer that yet, because like without it being animated, there's a bunch of stuff that gets animated that like we don't necessarily see in the script when we're reading it. I'm just as enraptured as you are, you know, and watching it for the first time.
I haven't read most of season 2. I purposely don't read scenes that don't involve me, so that when I watch them, I can be like, oh my God, you did that. Oh, that happens. And so I don't know much of what happens in 2.
Can I say you just had an interview with Perry where you talked about something with your character. Has that been shared with the world?
No, that has not been shared.
Bye.
So you all are such incredible performers, and I was wondering if you were to take the character that you voice from Hazbin to a Broadway show, what show would you want to go to with them? It can be
We
anything.
would go see we go see our dad in Great Gatsby. Yes. Actually, I did just go see that, and I've been telling everybody I was so disappointed because I hadn't seen Jeremy in a couple months. And I was like, hey, I'm going to meet you
Did he know who you were?
Yeah, no, we're friends. And I realized, like, when I got backstage, I was like, I really missed an opportunity as he was coming out to go, hey, bitch.
I think Alistair and I would have a good time watching Beetlejuice, probably. Because Beetlejuice is a fucking menace.
I think honestly, like something sexy, you know.
You
like,
go
I feel
to
like
Sleep No More.
Well, I mean that's not broad, but fuck yeah, me and Angel would fuck up Sleep No More. That would be so fun. I feel like we'd both like really like we'd put on some shades, we'd put on some like sexy outfits and just like be total, you know, like.
If Angel Dust wasn't in a contract with Valentino, what do you think he would be doing in hell?
Fuck me. Maybe he'd be a burlesque dancer. I think that. Yeah, I see that, and them being like, you know how in like Moulin Rouge they're like, oh, you know, like she's coming out, it's her, and like comes down on like a fucking swing, you know, and diamonds are a girl's best friend. He would be doing that shit.
Is it easy or difficult for you guys to slip into your characters or not? And if so, is there like, because you have kinship with this character, it's easy for me to slip in, or this character's so unhinged, I really need to just sit in the corner and get unhinged myself to become that character?
I think that we all have a few little sort of keys that unlock a character, right? So before you go in the booth, you might say a few sort of iconic sort of lines or mantras, or sort of think about a specific memory. But I think one of the really fun things about voice acting is that you don't have to gear up incredibly hard for it.
You use one of these keys, like for me, for Charlie, getting my voice there is usually like panting, like going like, because that just gets her like heart rate up, and that's also hard because Richard Horvitz has to tell me like, calm down, you're gonna pass out in the booth.
I mean, let's face it, you know, when you're acting a character, I feel like there's this, that we love to be like, she was a completely different person. Like, she changed, she morphed. We are still the people that we are when we're playing a character, you know? Like, our characters are as much themselves as they are imbued with who Blake is and who Amir is and who Erica is. Like, I think a big thing that I've had to come to trust is that I don't need to like try and Daniel Day-Lewis everything, because I can just trust that the character lives inside me.
The characters that you voice, what are your guys' favorite quotes from them, and could you say them in your voice?
The one I like right now is, but that's so mean.
You're slappy.
Mine hasn't changed.
Oh, Kinky, come on, keep talking dirty.
I've actually done choir, and sometimes the part that you have is not as fun as the part that you want to do. So
Are you an alto one?
Are you an alto?
So if you could have your characters sing any song in the show that they don't sing, which ones would they be, even if it doesn't make any sense in character?
I want to sing Poison. I can be hot.
When I hear them sing More Than Anything, I am so transported, and I just want to be them so desperately in that moment. I don't know if Alistair could ever sing that song, but me, I just I cry when I listen to that song.
I can do this, somehow I know it.
It's actually fucking hilarious to picture him do anything Charlie. Yeah, I guess that. Or I think he'd kill some like Alistair songs. Yeah.
Let's begin.
Honestly, your voice on all of them would be so fucking fascinating.
We need that soundtrack to come out.
We do. An Angel Christmas
Our
album.
angel impressions are not great. Is yours good? Mine's not good.
And you do.
Kinky, baby.
What's the line from his song that you like so much?
I sold my soul to a psychopathic freak.
You think that makes you unique? Get out of here, man. Erica, I want to hear your angel impression.
Pass.
As a person with anxiety, when you guys get anxious, what do you do to kind of just calm down?
I know a big thing for me, just in daily life, You know, meditation, like the practice of meditation before I go out and do anything, being able to ground myself, it can be very helpful in any situation, socially, professionally. I think the main hurdle is just giving yourself time to do that, not thinking that you need to like force yourself into some interaction before you've taken the necessary time to plant yourself.
Shit doesn't really get to me, but when it does, like there are times where like things get to me that I'm like, why the fuck did that get to me?
I was telling Amir something, we were like on a flight home, and you basically said to me, you're like, okay, instead of trying to focus on A to Z, which is massive, why don't you just look at A to C? Like, just look at like the next immediate step in front of you. And that was really helpful, and I think of it, I like quote you all the time, because I, similar to Charlie, can get very like worked up. And that piece of advice has come back a lot in recent months of like, okay, instead of focusing on the destination, focus on just like this next single step you have to take, and that calms my anxiety a lot.
If you had to give each of your character a Taylor Swift song that describes their personality, what would it be and why?
Oh my God.
Amir, how much Taylor Swift do
Finally
you
a
know?
question for me.
I would rather Erica pick for all three of us.
Yeah.
I think Blake's might be Look What You Made Me Do. Angel Dust might be Look What You Made Me Do.
No, I agree with that. I have heard that song.
You might be Bad Blood. This crowd is like, no. What would I be?
What was that?
Shake It Off. Shake It Off.
that.
I was like, it has to be like something fun. Shake It Off. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me?
Yes.
That's Amir's.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay. That's not bad. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you.
It's so good. It's literally like, it's like a witch song.
No, I know
it's
that
like,
song.
Okay.
I know that song.
If not, she's going to be playing it for you later.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for being here.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you guys. They're just going crazy already.